Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode on the AfterLife server. Last episode I mentioned that I was kind of done with the nether, which is true, but I have one last little job I want to do before I park this for a little bit. Now obviously the tunnel itself is not completely finished, but it's finished enough that it's like safe to fly down. And actually I found that going by boat is considerably faster than flying, except I don't have any boats, so I might go and borrow one from someone else. And you literally zip down here, but you have to get it exactly in the middle, otherwise you veer off to the side, I think, which is why other people have kind of like fences and stuff. But my plan for today is actually to work on the station, not this one we can see here, but the one that is my main hub down the other end. So I will catch you guys there when it is finished. See what I mean? It's literally ridiculous how fast this thing is. Woo! There's the other boat that I left behind. I borrowed one of Mario's to help me down here, but there we are, guys. It is finished. I'm super happy with the way it came out. I especially like the dark pits. There was a moment in the time lapse where I kind of realized that I'd messed up the measurements, because all the doors are meant to be 5 wide, but obviously these two on opposite ends are only 3 because I measured the room wrong. Also, funny story, whilst I was trying to position myself in the replay mod, I accidentally clipped backwards through the wall and was kind of like, what? What? Oh my gosh. So I did some investigation, and apparently this castle belongs to Wintertooth and he doesn't really use it. And I was just kind of flying around in amazement, like, how on earth did I manage to build my tunnel above this? Like, what are the chances? Like, what are the chances it's in exactly the same place as someone built like a mega castle? And even better than that, it has got a hole, yes, a hole in the bedrock. Now, I spoke to Wintertooth and he said he didn't mind if I kind of did a little bit of digging around and did some kind of tunneling. So one of my ideas was actually to have one of the entrances, which is like over here-ish, going up into the roof of the nether. But since he's already made a hole, I guess eventually we can use that. But that is not a job for today. Originally, I was going to make my own wool farm, but because of the prank, I've actually cleaned out. Let's see, where did I put it? Not there. Here we go. I actually cleaned Hubone out of all of his wool, so I don't need much wool at the moment. And one of the things I was going to use wool for was to decorate these kind of market stalls and things. However, I do still want to work on the shepherd's house today because, you know, this area has been very unloved. Very unloved for the last few weeks. So we're going to make a little shepherd house. We're going to sort out these guys in here and give their life meaning again, other than being trapped in a pen. And one of the things I also want to do is make myself a little chicken cooker. Now, there is a chicken in here somewhere. I can hear him. I just can't see him. The sheep are going to live in here, and then we're going to have a little chicken coop somewhere around here. I was just standing here getting ready to start building, and an egg popped in my inventory, so there is definitely a chicken in here. And there he is. Right, guys, so the design for this place I'm just going to make up because I've kind of like, you know, got the style down, I think. I'll have it probably about the same height. What is this? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's pretty easy. You just get some oak and you strip it, and it kind of makes it look as if the desert has, I guess, like washed away some of the bark, you know, really weathered it. So I quite like that. Why is that not moving? How strange. I thought that was supposed to be animated. Maybe they changed that like for 1.16.2. How strange. Anyway, I'm thinking I'm going to leave the entrance, like this bit, actually open because the actual living quarters of this person is going to be upstairs, and there's going to be like a secret entrance into like what will eventually be the wool farm down below. I just need to figure out where the chicken coop is going to go. Or maybe I'll put the chicken coop on another house. I don't know. Maybe somewhere like around here. I could revamp this farm. That's not a bad idea actually, but let's finish this off first and see how much room we have to play with. I decided to lower the height of this a little bit because actually I don't want it to like overshadow this building here, which is obviously meant to belong to someone slightly richer. And I think what I'm going to do is have like a little market stall outside, and I've actually brought up the inside. The floor is actually going to be like this because I like it being on the same level. Let's just get rid of this for a second. I like it being on the same level as the animals so that like the person can just like walk out and go and see the little sheepies, make sure they're okay, and it just kind of adds a little bit of, you know, difference to some of the buildings. You know, some of them are up higher, some of them are down lower, and I think that's gonna look pretty good. Here's a fun little trick. I don't actually want windows on this side, but I'm going to make it look like there are windows by having that there and then bringing this up. So like if you look at it from the side, let's actually do that. You can see that it looks like there's like a bit of an indentation there. Yeah, just from there. It looks like there's a window, but really there isn't because there isn't actually room for it. I will have some windows, otherwise it's going to be very dark in here. Obviously not at this point here. That is the entrance way. Obviously not here either. And probably what I'll do here is, because you're not going to see this block from the outside, I don't like to waste stairs, is we'll have a full block there and then we'll have the stair block like that. So it gives the appearance of perhaps he's looking out into the wild yonder. And then we'll have the window trick just here. Let's pop up on here and see if we can get it done. Creaky chair is creaky. And there we go. The appearance of windows without actually having to make room for them, but there will be an actual window just here. And if we can get an oak trapdoor, that might be quite nice as a little window shutter. Now I've got to decide how I'm going to do the roof for these buildings. I'm normally not a fan of half slab roofs, or at least I'm not a fan when I make them. But I think that looks quite nice actually. Just like a gentle slope. It kind of goes, yeah, let's just say, yeah, it kind of goes with that building, and it gives it like a heavier weight, especially because I've used like the darker wood. I wonder if I should put some bushes. I don't know, I think I'll save the bushes for down here actually rather than on the building at the front, because this person's not like super wealthy, you know. I've actually also run out of spruce. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off this building, and then I'm going to go and mine some more spruce, and then we'll see what it looks like. Hello, Justin. So I came over to spawn to collect a bunch of spruce, and I noticed the fire isn't moving. The fire isn't moving. First it was my spinny cuttery thing, and now it's the fire. I hope it's not the texture pack that I loaded in that's making it do that. That is super weird. But whilst I'm over here, actually, let's not fly through that window because it's made of glass. Let's do a Justin and fly through this one. So, Puffingfish tells me that the mall now has a competitor. That's right. ABC. ABC. All Out J. Blonde Skunk Corporation? I'm not 100% sure of that. But basically, these guys are going to be getting in on the concrete making with the gravel and the sand. So Puffing Fish has asked that I go and get 4 shulker boxes full of sand and 4 shulker boxes of gravel so that we can compete with these guys, because this is not on. I mean, look at this. Absolutely ridiculous diamond beacon. So I'm going to derail what I'm doing and I'm going to go and collect as much resources as I possibly can. That took a while. Now, I actually came and dropped off all 8 shulker boxes here, but it looks like Puff has already taken them and left one of my beds here. I hope he gives those back, because those 4 of them were my shulker boxes, and 4 of them I actually just stole, like straight up stole. Oh, let me out the door. Can't use doors. Yeah, 4 of them I just like straight up stole from the shop, so I guess these ones like do belong to him. But what I thought I'd do actually is we could do with like a little staff room area, because I need somewhere to like drop off stuff that's like not the only shulker boxes that I own. So I'm gonna dig this out and make a little kind of staffy room. I've kept it very simple and minimal because obviously, you know, they can't afford to have nice things for the staff, because obviously, you know, all the work has gone on to the actual shop. So there it is. So you can drop off like a shulker box full of stuff, or like, you know, whatever you've got, and then Puff can use it like for the rest of the shop. So I think that'll do, with an emergency bed, just in case, you know, you're here and you need to sleep. Now, I actually spent most of the time lapse. Speaking of sleeping, let's go do that now. So I actually spent most of the time lapse listening to Fallout Boy. You know, some people like say that you can like listen to, you like, you know, do a time lapse and they like watch movies and like YouTube videos. Like, I don't find that I can actually do that. I think it's probably because I'm used to like painting to music, so I have this sort of I don't know, like almost like a meditative state that I go into when I'm doing something, and the music kind of helps me to like both concentrate but also not concentrate, if that makes sense. I kept using this fortune shovel so that I didn't have to like keep going and like mending Bury a Friend, which is really useful for sand but not very useful for gravel, and I did accidentally use it a couple of times, so I have like a lot of flint now, and I thought it might be time to rename this just because I thought it was quite funny. And as I was listening to Fallout Boy, we're going to name it Uma Thurman. So unless you've listened to Fallout Boy, you won't know why that's funny. Anyway, enough distractions. So I have done a bit of work on this area. So we now have like a market stall over here next to the big kind of rich house. We also have a market stall for the shepherd, and we even actually have a shepherd. I trapped him in here. He's getting busy. He's doing his work, and eventually we will be able to trade with him. I also seem to have... Oh no, the iron golem has escaped. He was in here for a little while. The other thing I've actually done is also worked on the upstairs and just given him like a little railing and a little bedroom with a kitchen, which is where he prepares his cactus, because obviously that's the only thing people have to eat around here. Now, I have also expanded on the farm area. I made a little bit of an error in that I dug up all the wheat and then immediately turned all the seeds into bone meal. And then I was like, oh, oh dear. So we're going to have to grow a lot of wheat to fill this up again. But we've got plenty of carrots, plenty of beetroot, plenty of potatoes. I have captured the chicken, but this is not yet the chicken cooker. It's just collecting eggs at the moment. So what I am going to do in a moment is start digging out underneath here. I think there is a cave system underneath here, so I'm going to have to be a little bit careful. But this is going to be kind of the first underground area that we are going to be using. Bit of a problem with my plan. Started digging down and realised that not only are there caves underneath here, but there's also a ravine, which I fell into and almost got killed by a skeleton. So that's like derailed my plans just a little bit. I am going to continue trying to dig under there though. I always forget to mention actually guys, if you yourself are a YouTuber, then you should apply to play on the server with us. The application video is in the description. But yeah, if you are a YouTuber and you think you've got decent quality videos and you're, you know, as funny as I am, then yeah, come and join us. Anyway, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to think about how I'm going to solve the problem of the ravine underneath here. I'm going to let this chicken collect up some eggs because one chicken's not really enough for a chicken cooker to actually be working. And what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to head over to my little mining shack because I realize I've had Justin's beacon for probably a little bit too long, mostly because I've not been very well. You know, I've been invalided and my back's still kind of hurting a bit, so I'm probably not going to get any use out of it because sitting down at a computer for a long time to do mining, me and iron doors just don't get along very well. Yeah, sitting down to do a lot of mining is probably not a good idea. Now, where did I put? I have the shulker box somewhere. Here we go. So I'm going to collect up the beacon. Here we go. Whee! Put it away and then pop it back at Justin's place. Right, so that's the entire beacon in a box put all back. And this is a little hole that I actually dug out, so it's exactly the right space for a beacon. I don't think I'm going to be able to fly out of here very well, but we're going to give it a go. We're going to give it a go. Nope. Right, guys. I'll see you at Justin's place. There you are, Justin. He's really cool, actually. He hasn't even asked for it back, but I figure as I've had it for quite a while, I better drop it off here. Also, I realised that I'm a complete idiot, and the reason why the things weren't animating was because I turned off all the particles because they were really annoying me in the nether when I was doing my time lapse. So yeah, mystery solved. The only thing I regret doing this episode is letting these guys out of their pen because now I have so many fishermen and they're so annoying. They're little moving and opening the barrels that are everywhere. But anyway, before we finish today, I thought I actually might add a third marketplace stall over here because obviously whoever's working in the field is going to need to be selling all of this lovely produce. Now we're also going to need some walls as well. Let's go grab those. This is also allowing my chicken to lay away, so that's good. We're in a nice full box of eggs so that we can get that chicken cooker done. So the way that I'm designing it is having these at the bottom. I wonder if I should amalgamate it with that. Maybe I will actually. Let's have that there. And then this goes up. I don't want it too tall because obviously we've got the scary things, on the other side there. It's nice and simple. You just come across like this. And I've run out of these. There we go. Very nice. And I'm actually going to have it coming along like this. Will that join up? No, it won't. Ah, that's good actually, because that means that we can kind of finish off. Now, I'm thinking for this one, I'm actually going to use brown wool. I know, because dirt. I'm such a genius. And that is going to do the top. So what we do is you have the back bit being bigger. Like this. I'm going to need to sleep in a second, and then we're going to put some carpets at the front. And all I've done is put a little bit of string in the middle bit there so that this actually is sitting on top of it, and it gives the illusion of like a little tarpaulin that's coming across. And then what you do is you get some banners, and I always pick another color to kind of like contrast it a bit so it's not all like samey. We'll put the brown one there, and let's have a blue one here and a brown one there. Very nice. And I think for this one I'm actually going to put a crafting bench in here because I've not got enough crafting benches around this area. So this is where he like is crafting his like wheaty products, and because the fishermen are driving me a bit nuts, I actually might just put some chests back here. Right, there we go. So we'll have one maybe facing, should we be facing inwards? Yeah, because this guy's going to be using them. We'll have a big one, and does that still open? Yes, excellent. Right, and then I think what we need are some hay bales, but I think we're going to have to wait for that because yeah, I made mistakes were made. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. There's all the barrels. It's just invading everywhere. Actually, whilst I've got a bit of carpet on me, just I'm thinking, this area up here is meant to be kind of like a cool little kind of hookah bar, like with kind of little like things that people can sit on. I'm just going to kind of do it randomly. Let's have a little bit of brown in there, and I'll just keep kind of adding carpet as I like add the market stalls. Ooh, this is going to look nice. So it's like a really nice area, and eventually when I get a brewing stand, that kind of looks a little bit like a hookah pipe, so that's going to be quite cool, and that'll cover up all these like sea lanterns and things. I love it up here. I think this is really cool. Right, guys, and that is all we've got time for, I'm afraid. I can't believe how much I've gotten done in this episode. It feels like it took a really long time because, like, my back is still kind of hurting, but, you know, we built the nether station. I did a bit more work on this area. I also did so much grinding. Like, I can't believe that took ages. And when I said to like Justin that I'd dug up like 8 shulker boxes worth of stuff, he was like, what? So I hope Puffingfish is impressed as well. But anyway, guys, I'll hopefully catch you in the next one. Plans are that we are going to work on the chicken cooker, some more stuff in this area, and hopefully the other end of the station as well. So guys, I will catch you in the next one.